What's going on, everybody? It's John, the man, ACTION-FLIX.com. I'm coming at you. It is Friday afternoon, where I am anyways. And I got a special ACTION-FLIX podcast for you today. We are live, so if you're watching now, I thank you. Feel free to share some comments, which I will get on the board as we go through this. Now, this gentleman I have been waiting to talk to for a super long time. It just, we try to get things scheduled, and between him and me, and God knows my life has been a major hellstrom lately, but we finally were able to do it, and I got him just before he was off again next week doing other things. So today on the ACTION-FLIX podcast, I have the one and only martial artist, action star, filmmaker Alan Delabie you may know him from the Borrowed Time films, as well as The Shepherd Code, which just recently came out on digital streaming and DVD. So pick yourself up a copy. We will talk about that as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Mr. Delabie on. Alan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Hope you too.
I'm doing good.
Your shoulder, but I can imagine
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time on my podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'm in pain. Like right now, I just want to ram my shoulder into a wall and just get rid of it. But it is what it is, and I'm still hanging in there. So I just had surgery last week, so I'm still in the crux of, ow, and it's not even, it's 6 weeks, and and then I start physical therapy, so I gotta wait 6 weeks just to freaking move my shoulder. So yeah. But we're not here to talk about my issues. We're here to talk about you, sir, and your wonderful filmmaking career, your martial arts background, the movies that you have done. I wanted to thank you for your support of the website. So you're always good at, every time I do stuff for you, you support me as well. That's what it takes.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have a lot of chance to have guys like you for support independent filmmaker like us. Without you guys, it's gonna be tough, because marketing nowadays, specifically when you are not big studio movies, so it's still good to have passionate guys like you and support movie.
Yeah, I'm just a guy from Ohio that wanted to start a website because I saw these other websites back in the day, and I'm like, I could do that. And I love movies. I love action movies. So I'm like, why not? So yeah, that's what I did it. But yeah, so that's why I really started it. I mean, because big budget movies don't need my help at my little website. It's the independent action cinema that because once I started it, I kind of was saying, okay, this is how it's going, because it's you guys, the independent action guys, that need the promotion and need to get the word out there for these movies, because we don't all have Disney money. It's just it is what it is, right?
Yeah, unfortunately no, but we know everything, the behind the scene, but it's fine,
Yeah, so before we get started with the
Hello?
Shepherd Code and the Borrowed Time and everything,
No?
Are you there?
No?
Did we lose
Yeah, it's fine, it's good.
Okay, so before we get started with talking about the Shepherd Code, which is your newest film that is out now, as well as Borrowed Time and all that, give us a taste of your martial arts background. How did you get interested in the martial arts? What led you on the path to starting the martial arts? All that good stuff.
Yeah, good question. So I start martial art when I was 10 years old by karate Shotokan. So I became black belt, when I was 17. So I start at 10, and for 7 years I study Shotokan karate, and then I switched to full contact kickboxing. And I have 2-3 different teachers. So and then I was very, very impressed by Bruce Lee, by the charisma, by the nunchucks, by the way he was on screen. So that's why I was completely amazed by his move and everything. So that's why I start to do martial art first. But yes, nunchucks was my things. Also, cost to Bruce Lee. And I'm doing competition, and I became European champion of demonstration of nunchucks.
Hmm.
So, and then I can appear on different television show on live act demonstration. So I did a lot back in the days, demonstration on TV, on live stage, and everything. It was epic, and I'm performer live on martial arts. So yeah, I know what it is to perform every weekend. So I did a lot of demonstration. Yeah.
Cool. So you said the the nunchakus, if you will, became your thing. So what was it about that particular weapon? And you were like, yeah. I mean, was it the Bruce Lee thing? Seeing him in, in Enter the Dragon and everything.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it was Bruce Lee that did it for you?
Oh, yeah. The first time I saw Fist of Fury,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, I was completely impressed about the powerful of his movements and the way he was in front of camera. So that's why I decided to open the door of a martial art dojo.
Right.
And yeah, then after you have also Chuck Norris who continues the legacy, and then of course Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Hmm.
So of course, but the first time I saw also on screen Jean-Claude Van Damme, it was on Kickboxer,
Yes.
and I was completely impressed by his flexibility and his charisma. So yeah, I mean, so when we saw that on screen, yeah, what I was saying is that, oh, I have to train more, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I did it, and for some reason I got the chance to have the same teacher, in Belgium, because I moved to France to Belgium after, because I'm French, but I was
Yeah.
living after in Belgium a little bit. That's why I study at the same karate club of Jean-Claude Van Damme, the same teacher. But yeah, my first teacher passed away a year ago.
Oh, okay. I'm
Karate
sorry.
Shotokan, yeah. And my second teacher also, William, who was also close to Jean-Claude Van Damme, also passed
Okay.
away. Passed away also a couple of months ago. It was very, tough for me because those two guys give me a lot of, you know, of, you know, I can describe how much it was wonderful to train
Hmm.
with those masters.
So okay, so like, because in terms of, because of course you're French, yes. So how did you go about learning the English language? Like, what prompted you to, like, was it because of the martial arts, or was it something totally different?
Yeah, I learned English at school.
Okay,
Okay.
so was it like it was just one of those things, like, because here, like when I was in school, we're like, oh, you could take Spanish, you could take French. Was it just one of those things where it was, part of your
Yeah.
schooling?
Yeah, we study English in school, but you have also to perform. I mean, it's not because you learn a different language, you have to work on it. I mean, if you don't talk with others, you cannot improve your English.
Right.
So it's like martial art. If you stop to train,
Ah.
uh, and specifically the flexibility, I mean, the stretching is the most important part.
Oh, absolutely. You
And
bet.
yeah, so it's very important part. That's the stretching. Otherwise, you're done.
Yeah. If you can't move, if those muscles don't back you up, you're not doing
Yeah,
anything. Let me tell you.
and when you become older, the joint, when you stretch, you're kicking. Yeah, that's why everybody are not equal on flexibility. So
Yeah. Yeah. But when I started in the martial arts, God, it was back in '91. Yeah, I totally focused on because I was in soccer before that, or football in the case in worldwide. But
Mm.
stretching was always my thing, and I got I got the Jean Claude Van Damme's flexibility going for me when I was in training. And my school, I was the guy that was I was the kicker because like actually American Keppel was not known for kicks, but
Yeah,
'cause my flexibility got so insane that that's what I was known for. Yeah, but I watch videos now and I just cry because I'm like, I used to be able to, because even when training now, it's like your body's just like, nope, you're
yeah.
not doing that anymore.
Well,
It's
when
just,
you, yeah, you're right. When you're getting old, you have to be careful. And
oh yeah,
some people are lucky, some people are lucky because it's the physical condition. They are born like that, with something easy in their body, muscle and tendon and stuff. But I mean, every day, almost every day, you have to stretch a little bit. Not too crazy because otherwise you hurt yourself also.
yes. And when you get older, for all those youngins out there, like when you get older, when you get hurt, it takes a lot longer to recover from.
Oh,
Like when you're young, you're a rubber band. Like my little baby girl, she's 8. She'll get hurt, and she'll be like, "Pfft." I'm like, yeah, that doesn't happen to me anymore. If
yeah,
I get hurt, I'm like this, like 8 weeks. It's like okay, it's like yeah. When you get older, it's like it
yeah,
takes you forever to get you. And I
yeah,
talked to Scott Adkins real quick, just a funny anecdote, because we had talked about this, and I said, what
yeah,
is it what is it different from you now until you back then? He's like, John, I got to tell you, he's like, it takes longer to recover. I'm like, I get it. I get it. Yeah, he said
yeah,
the
yeah,
exact same
yeah.
thing. Because now he's in his late 40s or mid to late 40s.
Yeah,
And it's like, if he gets an
he will
injury, it's
turn.
like,
I think he
what?
will turn probably 15 2 years, Scott.
So it's not, yeah. And Jason Statham, like he's in his mid 50s, but that guy's moving phenomenal. But yeah,
Yeah,
he said,
but
and Atkins had said, he's like, yeah, that's the one thing, John. He's like, if I had to change anything, it'd be like to recover faster.
yeah,
So
but
yeah.
so those guys are, like if you cannot compare, it's
No, you
different.
can't. You can't.
Because like Jason Statham don't need to do acrobatic stuff,
No, he doesn't. No.
and also Jean-Claude Van Damme. Scott is more like acrobatic, like more from Hong Kong movies, it's like
Yes.
Hong Kong style, like, and of course, but yeah, everybody's got his own style, and I can imagine back in the day when Jean-Claude was out with a lot of his popular movie, a lot of action stars start to do little bit things like him, like Split, like Gary Daniels or other people. But we have to leave this for Jean-Claude. So
Yes.
even if I do homage,
Yeah.
I do some homage on borrowed time like that, like Split and stuff. But I don't, it's not my, I don't want to copy, and that's why when I fight, I don't need to do, you know, on my trilogy, I don't do the 316 helicopter kick because I don't want to copy. I don't want to copy. I can do that.
Right.
I can do that. I can, but I don't need to copy.
Yeah. So let's go back to the movie aspect. So you had mentioned you were mentioning Bruce Lee and this and that. It's funny though because like it's so true. Like Bruce Lee was the first innovator of martial arts. Like when he came out from the early 70s on, but then it kind of tanked a little bit. Then Jean-Claude came on, and then it's like back in 87, 88 with Bloodsport, and then he rejuvenated the martial arts industry. So it's funny because like I always ask everybody these questions, and the same names always pop up, but it's true. It's Bruce Lee, it's
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it's funny because I always talk about this with people in the inner circle. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme was known for his kicks, and especially the helicopter kick. It's just funny how he stopped doing it, because I don't think he wanted to be pigeonholed as a martial arts actor, but like he just stopped cold turkey. Like when he finally did the helicopter kick again in Expendables 2, we all lost our minds. We're like, oh my god, he just did the helicopter kick.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so,
True.
but let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
is there a specific movie, like martial arts movie? Let me ask. Hang on. Let me change the question. Not Bruce Lee, not Jean-Claude Van Damme. What other martial arts movie out there do you gravitate towards as a movie that inspired you? It can't star Bruce Lee and it can't star Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay. So yeah, Chuck Norris,
he's the first one I was introduced to back in the early 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yep.
Don the Dragon Wilson.
Yes, very good, very good.
Yeah, Don the Dragon Wilson.
And you got this, and you got to act with Don the Dragon was. We'll
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that later, but that was pretty
He's
cool.
he's he's very, very amazing. I
Oh
mean,
yes,
believe me, he looked very good for his age, and
yes,
he's very still strong, and he had this very good charisma, on camera also. And the first movie I saw with him, I tell him it was Ring of Fire.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
Ring of Fire, because I didn't know about Blood Feast, but Blood Feast, I pick up a little bit after Ring of Fire. I know it was released before, but I pick it because for some reason distribution, in Europe was different. So that's why we pick up that one later, And
Got it.
I tell him, I said, I was completely in love with Ring of Fire. The story is like Romeo and Juliet, little bit drama and little action, but not too crazy. And that's the first time I saw on screen Gary Daniels doing the split on the movie Ring of Fire. I was completely impressed by Gary Daniels, the way he was on this movie.
Yeah, Gary Daz was another favorite of mine. Well, of course he still is, but
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in the day, yeah. And then he
yeah.
did he did all the PM Entertainment movies and stuff like
No,
that.
no,
And yeah,
he is one of the greatest of this time, and no doubt on it. So I was inspired by a lot of people, of course, like you said, we cannot mention again the same name, but Don the Dragon, also now, yeah, we can say it. Scott Adkins is great, and so when the movie I loved for sure, I have three favorite movie of Scott. It's Debt Collector 1 and 2, and with Luis Mandelor, I have the
yep.
privilege to work with him also,
Hmm.
and of course Boyka. Boyka, it's a great. For me, the best role of Scott is Boyka. For me,
Boyka, yeah, on the
yeah,
Undisputed movies, yeah. Well, okay, so Boyka was his first, like, because he's English, he's got the accent and everything. But like when he did Boyka, that it was so animated and so over the top
yeah,
that that's why it took off, and it showcased that this guy's not just a martial arts action star; he's an actor. I mean, like how he
yeah.
pulled off the accent and the charisma and everything. So that's what then he
He
then he's
got a specific look. I
yes,
mean, because when you see Scott, he look good. Okay, he's a good looking guy, no doubt on
yes,
it.
he's
But
got the muscles. Yep, yep,
the
yep.
thing is, the charisma he bring on Yuri Boyka is something very strong. I mean, for my own concern, I think those movie Undisputed had the strong energy to be theatrical,
Hmm. Yes, I totally understand. So yeah, it's great that you brought all those other names up because like that's the same for me. It's like Chuck Norris. I remember Lone Wolf McQuade was the first
Yeah,
Chuck Norris
yeah,
movie I saw, and that's what really got me into the martial arts. But it
yeah,
wasn't until like 10 years later when
yeah,
I saw The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman.
yeah.
Jeff Speakman is probably the person that influenced me the most because after I saw The Perfect Weapon, the next day I went into a dojo. It was
Mhm.
a Kempo dojo, like
Yeah.
he did, and I started training, and then the rest was history. I was
Mhm.
teaching. I ran a school with my
Mhm.
instructor. So Jeff
Uh,
Speakman. When people ask me, it's Jeff Speakman for me because he changed my life. So
of
basically, just
course, of
just
course.
with that, and it's just by doing that movie, but just by
I've
doing
got
that
the
movie.
power.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. I'm
Yeah,
sure he
yeah.
loves it everywhere he goes. People start playing
No,
it.
yeah. I, I mean, we grow up with this, we grow up with this. So, and of course, I have the privilege also to work with Bob Wall. I was close to him, Bob Wall,
Mhm.
So, yeah, I spent a lot of time. He was invite me to for my birthday. at his home. I stay a couple of days at his home.
Okay.
And, no, I train with him and stuff. He teach me some stuff. And yeah, he called Chuck Norris and stuff, for introduce me. But I saw Chuck Norris later on a couple of years after. Unfortunately, Bob he passed away. But
yes,
to be honest, I have such a lot of great memory, with him, and a lot of when I think about that, I'm so emotional about that because, he was so kind with me.
yep, absolutely. So let's get getting out of the martial arts for a bit here. Let's talk about movies and the film industry. So, what was being in the movies, doing movies? Was that something you were always wanting to do that you're passionate about, like as a younger boy, or was it something that just kind of facilitated as you got older?
Yeah, since I was little, since I was little,
Got
uh,
it.
yeah, I dreamed to be an actor, and I don't know, something I have inside me, and this passion burning, the burning desire inside me, and so I have to do that. I have to try something. But it was complicated because nobody in my family is inside this business, so I have to try to do something, and that's why I start by television demonstration. It was a lot of a good experience because
Hmm.
live stage it's great, and for one take, you don't no mistake, so
Right.
yeah. So and then I like everyone does, casting, and I got some little part on a French and European movie, and then somebody from Canada give me the chance, Jalal Mary,
Hmm.
Jalal Mary
Jalal,
from
yeah, yep, I was a fan of his. I don't want to say it was a fan. I am a fan, but yep, back in
yeah.
the day. Yep, yep.
Yeah, and it gave me the opportunity to be on this program in Toronto, Canada, called Master of the Art. And so I was completely, inside the dream because I met Jalal. I was on set with him and for a couple of weeks, it was outstanding, and such a great experience, such a great experience.
We
Uh,
got Ty Lord on the he's watching us. He says, "Hi John, I found your channel from I interviewed Olivier Gruner with That Fat Samurai Guy last week." He says, "Ty Lord's a big fan of yours, Alan. There you go. You got a fan." Woo.
Thank you, Tyler. That's such an
Yes.
honor for me, and I will do my best for make a better and better and better movie. Believe me, I try my best for all of my fans.
Yeah, Tyler, thank you for your support. Thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
visiting my channel too afterwards. We always appreciate the support. All right, so let's get into people kind of get confused. Like when I was because I've been promoting your stuff for a while now.
Yeah,
So you were doing Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, which it
yeah.
was like a web series, was it not? Refresh my
Um,
memory because
the,
it turned into Borrowed Time, correct?
okay, so the story about that is yes. I mean I start to do a web series, but I stopped right away.
You stopped doing the web
Yeah,
series. Okay,
right
okay.
away because I grabbed the producer, and so I start to do a feature. So Anatomy of an Anti-Hero Redemption. It was at the first place I didn't expect to do the trilogy, but when I do the first Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, I got the chance and opportunity. It's better to say opportunity because it's not a chance because I'm working hard for it. So uh, Bob Wall and also a lot of local staff from San Diego because I shoot this in San Diego, California,
Okay, yeah.
in San Diego and Los Angeles. And Eric Roberts was involved inside also.
Yep.
Eric Roberts. And it was such an honor to work with him. And once it was released, because that one was released with another company. So it was released with another company. And for some reason, this distribution company was not so cool. I don't want to say nothing about that because. And then I find the right distribution company for the other one. So my distributor says yeah, you should change your title. And I said, why? Because you have something very cool, and we can put on marketing something more stronger. So that's why I said borrow time. Yes, borrow time sounds great. So I had the opportunity to do the next one, but it was a prequel. Yes, Denard. Denard
Yes,
Anatomy
yeah.
Anti-Hero was so the Colin Borrow Time 1, you know?
Yep.
Borrow Time 1. And Anatomy of an Anti-Hero Redemption is Borrow Time 2.
Yep.
And then Borrow Time 3 Falling Apart was the last one, because it's the direct, the real sequel of Anatomy of an Anti-Hero Redemption. I have also director cut of Anatomy of an Anti-Hero Redemption with new music, new extended scene, different cut, and new music, new color correction and stuff. So we will release soon also that one. It's going to be a director cut, a little bit longer than the first one and stuff. And I think people will definitely more love that version.
So yeah, so I'm just popping up some of the like old artwork here, like Anatomy of an Anti-Hero.
Yeah,
You got Denard,
yeah,
but it's just because like when you Google you on my website, because I've been with you for a while, and it's like you
yeah.
see all the different articles, but it was just funny because people were like John, like is this so? I'm like, no, it's not different. It's. I felt like I'm trying to explain it to people,
Yeah,
what
it's
was
like,
happening, like because he's turned.
yeah,
I'm like, no, it started off as a web series, but now he's making it into feature films, and they're like, oh, okay, but it's like, yeah, some people were just getting confused. They thought they were like two
no,
separate
yeah,
projects.
I can
Yeah, so,
imagine. I can imagine, and
yeah.
yeah. So it was such a great adventure for me, and this character Frank Denard was very, very cool to
Yeah,
play.
talk about him. Talk about your character, Denard, because I love the premise. Because I got and you put my quote on the back of the last one, which thank you very much, appreciate it. And I love when people not only put your quotes on your website, but they put your name on it too. I'm like, they got my name on it, so it's like it's got your name on it too. So thank you for that. But yeah, I
No,
love the movie because it's not like I don't want people to look at it as just it's martial arts action, so but it's got so much heart and drama because you're essentially dying and you want to you turn into a victim because you're like, you know what, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna fight crime. So it's like, but yeah, talk about it, talk about
yeah.
going
So
through it.
I mean, uh, I definitely love martial art. Okay,
Right.
but my concern is more to give the acting performance. Because we can see on screen outstanding performer like Tony Jaa, like
Yep.
Scott Atkins and stuff. But what we need, it's something like from the past, like emotional character. Like we love Chuck Norris, we love Bruce Lee. Of course, Bruce Lee is an outstanding martial artist, no doubt on it.
It's amazing how after he's been dead for so long, but even to every generation knows who Bruce Lee is. It's like
Oh
that's
yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
meaningful he was to not just martial arts, but to life in general.
Icon,
Yeah, yeah,
icon,
yeah.
icon. And
Continue.
then
Sorry, I just yeah.
no, yeah, it's fine. And and what I love the most, it's play a very, very, very drama character. That's my
Yes.
thing. I
Yeah.
really love that, and because you can be the best martial art guy, but what I want to show at the audience, it's acting, very strong acting. I try my best, and
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's not easy. When you train every day, in life on martial art, and you stay focused on your training, your diet, everything, you can always elevate your skills. But
Yes.
in acting, it's something you have or not. You know.
That's that. There you go.
So you can be, I don't want to mention any name, because I'm respectful for everyone, because we need everybody's on earth, on action, give their own taste, that's good. So what I hate the most nowadays is the competition. You know, the competition against each other. It's you know, against this guy, this guy, this guy. Doesn't make sense because everybody can find their public, their fan. So that doesn't mean you cannot be fan of Scott, you cannot be fan of Van Damme or myself or
You
whatever.
can be
But
a fan of everybody. Why not? What
yeah,
the hell?
so I
It's like,
mean,
why do you have to choose? It's like, screw.
no, that's why I don't choose.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
choose.
either. But yeah, so going back to Denard, like I was saying, like, you know, when it's like I'm trying to tell people, I'm like that there's a lot more to this franchise because,
Yeah,
like I said, there's so much heart, like because you want to go on this man's journey because, like, even though yes, technically he's not doing the right thing per se, but
yeah,
you still want him to succeed because, you know, he's just a guy who's in this unfortunate situation who,
yeah. Unfortunate
before he
situation.
leaves the world, wants to leave his mark on the world and do something good for, you know,
Yeah,
albeit not being a vigilante is probably the best way to go, but you know what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Because
So, yeah.
when I start to thinking about this project, I remember I was in San Diego. The sun was very bright, but for some reason, this day was a rainy day. You know, a
Okay.
rainy day.
Yeah.
So I'm sit on the chair and I was going to say, oh, I want to go to Starbucks and I sit there with my computer and I start to write and stuff. And this idea arrived in my mind and this character, and so that's why I started. And I said I want something like different, and I want to create something like very emotional of people can that's the 80s on the modern world. I mean, the emotion from the 80s, but the style of nowadays, you know?
Yes. So let's go. I'm going through your filmography here. And you mentioned this a little bit when we were offline. Talk about Bloodslinger.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not I have not seen that. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm
So
intrigued by that.
Bloodsinger,
I like the name. I like the name.
yeah, I just received the new artwork. I am inside. I'm not the lead of this project, but
Okay.
I am the supporting actor, and I
Okay.
am associate producer on it.
Nothing wrong
So
with that. Yeah. Yeah.
it's going to be released very soon.
Oh, so it's
I
not out
think,
yet. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I got you.
So now we close. So it's the distribution company got everything. So we have the new artwork. Soon the trailer will be out. So I play Officer Alan Gallant. So it's a very cool character. So I do a little touch of action, but not too crazy. But I do, and it's very different. You will see me with no beard, no beard and stuff.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that'll be holy cow.
yeah. It's gonna be very different, and yeah, I spent a great time to do it, and now I'm happy it's gonna be released.
Yeah. So now we got let's now this isn't action per se, but the Last Nosferatu.
Oh
Let
yeah.
me hang on a second before you start talking. I'm going to boom. There we go. Yep.
Hmm?
There we go. Yeah. So
Ah
talk.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, I have not been fortunate to see. I mean, I know of it, but I just not have because like when horror movies pop up and stuff like that. Because I get emails and PR for all, but it's like it's hard enough just to do action. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like
So
I would do all the genres if I could, but me being a solo act, it's really
yeah, I
tough.
can imagine.
Yeah.
But
So
the
talk
last
about
is,
the Last Nosferatu and what
oh
led to
yeah.
that, and
So
talk to.
it's available. It's available on streaming, Tubi, Amazon, Roku. I mean DVDs, and it's not action. It's a thriller horror, you know. And I became the vampire.
You look badass in it, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, trust me. And I really love playing the
Ah,
monster.
there's a shot. How about
Yeah,
that, man? Look at that.
yeah, I really love playing the monster, the body language and everything. It was a phenomenal adventure, and almost 3 hours and a half of makeup.
Wow. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, that was probably fun, no?
Oh yeah, it was epic. I really love. And I enjoyed to play the vampire.
So yeah, so spoiler alert, you're not the good guy in this, is what you're saying.
No, 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 no. I start to be the good guy because in the beginning I am, you know, it's a guy who dates a girl, the wrong girl, and you know, and he became a monster step by
There you
step.
go. And that's available now, correct? Okay,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
it
yeah.
there. Okay.
People can grab DVDs on Amazon, also streaming on Tubi TV, you know, and you know, yeah.
Cool. All right, now comes the time where, bam! I love that poster. Now that's a poster. Like if you're gonna sell an action movie, you got to put guys with guns, the great supporting cast, and a dude throwing a kick. That's what you do to suck in the audience, if you will. So let's talk about the Shepherd Code. What led to this movie, and just talk about the inception of it, like how it came about.
Oh yes. When I start to thinking about another project with a little bit action, I said, let's do something like a thriller, you know,
Mhm.
because you know people, you know, I know they expect all the time John Wick style, you know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what happens when something like John, again, we were talking about reinvigorating. John Wick reinvigorated the action franchise, but the downside of that is everybody wants to copy it because you know
yeah, but
imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but it gets to a point where you're like, now you're just hanging on the
no, no,
bandwagon.
I don't. For Shepherd Code, it was way different on every way. So and the budget, of course. But the thing is, when I start to write this story, I want a guy who want hang out of his past of assassin, professional assassin, and I have this last mission for my boss, played by Don the Dragon Wlson, and he flew me to Europe and said, okay, let's do this last mission for you. So protect this little girl from you know, a minister from Africa, you know. And so Silvio played the bad guy, the main bad guy inside. And I have a very, very good supporting actor beside me, like Michael Morris, who play Matt Daniels, and also I have Jeff Langton from Lionheart, you know, who play. It's a good adventure, you know, and because we did it in Los Angeles, we did it in Paris, we did it in UK, so it was epic. And David Works also do a cameo inside because David Works. I have the chance to working on Borrow Time 3. Also, he was co-directing with me the movie. He did the US part, and I did the European part of directing. And of course, Shepherd Code is a great experience for me. I really love my character Alex Lapierre because I dress very, you know, always on suit, very good and stuff. I have to stay sharp, you know, and yeah, I spent a great time to do it, and yeah, it was magical. And I lot of beautiful different location like Los Angeles and stuff. This location was gorgeous and stuff, and Don Wlson play a very drama character, and so yeah, I'm very happy with this project, and we have some little touch of action, of course, but not too crazy because
Okay.
it was not the point, you know.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's a thriller with action in it. Is basically
Yeah,
what, which is
yeah,
fine. I mean, I don't need guys getting their heads had into them every 5 seconds. But you know,
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. But thanks to the production, Louis was the producer, you know, and everybody's on set in UK. My brother Michael, I will be with him on set on the Christmas movie by Monday. But you know, it's a good adventure. I have just finished to wrote the script of the sequel, so let's see the future. Let's see the future. Who never know? So I have some idea because I am not the guy who wants to do only action and thriller. I do horror. I have proved it by the Last Nosferatu. I have also this start a synopsis and or I start a script of a werewolf movie, you know. So, but yeah, I'm a guy who I'm very versatile on film.
So because I always love when I get to talk to you guys because I'm such an action fan that it's not only like what I see on screen, like in the finished product, I'm into behind the scenes and I'm into like the inception of the action, the creation of the action. And
Mm.
so let me pick your brain, sir, since I have
Okay.
you here right now. What
Okay.
what do you look towards like when you're creating your sequences, your actions, whether it's fighting or shooting, doesn't matter. Take us through the process you do, to create an action sequence.
Okay. So you know, I'm martial artist. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
some people, I'm not a stunt guy at the first place. I am martial artist.
Yeah,
I
you didn't
can
come
do,
from a stunt ground background. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I can do my own stunt. It's not a
Yes.
problem.
Right.
I
Right. Right.
can. Okay. So I can do that. But the thing is, when I start to thinking about action, I want something like very straight to the point. Because I really love Hong Kong movies, but it's the
So do
fight
I.
is very long.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
5 minutes.
They go on. Yeah. It's like 10 minutes and you're looking at your watch. You're like,
Yeah,
okay, when's
it's
it going to wrap up? Like 2 minutes is too short and 10 minutes is too long. You need like 3-4 minutes. Like,
I mean,
that's a good scene. That's a good scene if it's like 4 minutes, maybe.
it's good. It's very physical. It's very
Yes.
tough because I can imagine I have a lot of respect for people who work on Hong Kong movies.
Oh God, yes.
It's tough.
It's a wonder like they don't have like huge hospital bills when they make their movies because it's
Yeah,
just how do you do
but
this when people don't get hurt? It's like, but they do. I mean, I'm sure people, and unfortunately, things happen. But yeah, for the most part, they
yeah,
yeah.
that's why when I start to thinking about something, I try to be like more Chuck Norris, like bing, bam, bam, like more Chuck Norris, straight to the point, some high kick, some, back kick and stuff. So, at this point, yeah, when you design a fight, yeah, when it's very difficult when you have a lot in your mind, like you direct, you have the production stress.
You're wearing all the hats, so that
Yeah,
weighs
so
heavy on you. Yes.
that's why for Shaper Code I got the stunt team from UK, but
Yeah.
we got a short time cost to the budget. But for the next I promise to the people to elevate everything better, because I know I can do better. I know I'm sometimes a little bit frustration because I know it's just 40% of my capacity.
Right.
It's not my full capacity, because I know I can do better on screen. But for me, the most important things for now is to convince people on acting, because you can be the best action star on martial arts. If your acting is not good, you're done.
Yeah, right. Yes. You have to bring it on all fronts.
Yeah,
That is true. And that's the thing about the 90s, like when the direct to video, the VHS craze was going on. They had so many movies coming out. Most of these guys or even ladies couldn't act their way out of a paper bag. And it was just like, I'll just watch it for the action. But it's like
yeah,
you
but
can't do that though.
it,
The action has to mean something. You can't just have guys or gals beating each other up for and not care about it. You have to care about why this is
time
happening too at
change,
the same
time change,
yeah.
time
Yeah.
change. But
Yeah.
at this point, when I have created, I got the opportunity to have Matthias Hughes also. Matthias Hughes on Borrow Time 3. I do a
Yes.
little sparring, funny sparring with him, and it was cool. And of course, working with Luis Mondelor, Costas Mondelor was amazing, and Patrick Kilpatrick, the Sandman, who
Oh my
fight.
God, yeah, he was like the whenever they needed a villain in the 90s, they called him Patrick Kilpatrick because he just looked nicest guy in the world, right? But not on screen. He definitely knew how to play the bad guy role. That's for sure.
No, yeah, he can play the bad guy in the real life, in the behind the scene and everything. He's a very interesting character. He's a little bit funny character. Not on Borrow Time, but he creates very, very smooth, very easy character, because that's his things. To play the bad guy, he's good on it. And he's one of the best of his kind for playing the villain. So I was, for the ending of this trilogy, I needed something strong, and things happen for a reason. And with Patrick Kilpatrick, it was the right person to be on Borrow Time. Yeah. And so that's why Silvio also was great on Shepherd Code.
And Silvio Simac, I interviewed him a long time ago, and it was through I think it was just through email, but yeah, he's another one of mine. Not he hasn't he hasn't been the main star like a lot throughout, but he's made his career by beating people up on screen and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
talk about Silvio, because he's another one I'd like to have on a show and just talk about his career and everything, because he's phenomenal.
No, he's it was my second time to work with him, because he did Borrow Time 1 also with
Right.
with,
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was very very cool to work with him and stuff. We have some fun, and but we did what we can do, and we did well. I mean, again, it's all about time and budgets, and we have to make it quick. Sometimes people, I can imagine, some people can be, they compare some movies to others, and but at this point it's like you compare Star Wars and Star Trek. You cannot, it's not this, it's space adventure, but it's not the same. That tastes different. So that's the same. It's when you work, you work, you are yourself. So that's why when I see some people try to copy Jean-Claude Van Damme, try to act like Van Damme, that's not good, because you have to make your own point, your own style. It's very important to create your own character,
Yep.
To be some, I mean, even in life, I know it's an icon, but for me, I remember a long time ago, I mean, 10 years ago, people say, oh, you can be the next Van Damme. No, I'm not the next. I will not the next.
Yeah, they always say that. Like when somebody starts doing action movie, like
No,
like Jeff Speakman said, Jeff Speakman was going to be the next thing. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but I agree. I will not. I am just Alan.
Yep. Yeah, just do Alan Delabie.
Exactly. That's what I want to be, and I am me. And so I'm not jealous of nobody. I know some guys. Some guys are very great, and I can, I'm a fan of a lot of people. So it's not because I do movie that doesn't mean I'm a fan of a lot of people. So we need to be always impressed by other people. That help us to grow up.
So let me ask you now. Again, I was asking you about doing fight choreography and doing action. So again, like same thing. Like you're low. Like you do independent. So again, what impresses me is what you guys are able to do with the budgets and the times that you have. Because people come at me like, if I give a good review to an independent movie, but then I give a bad review to like a bigger movie, they're like, how could you like this movie and not this? I'm like, well, for the first part, like I review the movie based on what the movie is. I'm not going to review like the Shepherd Code like I would John Wick. Obviously, John Wick has, it's a big studio production where you are doing what you can do with you, which is great. So I'm not gonna. So like, if say I gave you a 4 out of 5 stars, but I only gave John Wick a 3 out of 5 stars. People can't. People can't separate that. It's like, listen, I reviewed John Wick as opposed to John Wick, and then I reviewed, because I review independent action cinema based on the things involved, the budget.
I understand,
like
because you're smart, because you're intelligent guy, because you understand. You understand what it is. Because example, you cannot forgive when you have a billion of dollars, and you lack of story, you lack of action. It was you will not be disappointed of action, because that's the point.
Yeah.
But most of action movie right now, lack of story, lack of emotion, and lack of good music. That's why
music is key. Music is key.
Yes, that's why I'm very lucky. When you listen my movie, you have good music, you have good soundtrack, because that's the best point. Kickboxer, Bloodsport, why we love, of course, because Van Damme. But can you imagine if we remove the music and you put a bad music? You'll see something the level will be a little bit different. So everything happened for a reason. And
Mm-hmm.
so if people are understand, it's like example, I got a bad review from a combat syndicate, and so the thing is, when I read it, I was said, okay, but if you expect a John Wick movie, no, no. And so it's you expect, because I think people need to understand, if you're very intelligent and smart, you said, okay, you have the pressure to make it happen because you have investor behind. You
Yeah.
have also people around you, and you have to finish the project. Because can you imagine, nobody, people will not forgive you if you, oh no, sorry guys, but the movie will not be made at the end. All effort, no, you have to release whatever happened. Whatever happened, okay, you will say, I will fix some mistake for my next movie, because otherwise you do nothing. You sit there on your chair and you wait a big opportunity, but you can dream a lot for big opportunity, because nowadays so much competition, so much people wants to jump on you and stuff for grab the you know the luck to be on big project.
Right.
And so it's all about know who who I'm European, so when I start my try my luck in the US, I always dream to be an actor. But for some reason I'm French, but I work in English. It's tough for me. It's tough for me
Right.
because it's not my
Right.
first language.
Yeah.
So when people, it's like Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude was not his first language when he arrived. That's why on his 2-3 movies he was not talking so much, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But people have to sometimes be a little bit nicer and said, okay, I can imagine you guys do have the same budget, the same time, the same luck to big movie studio, and you destroy the movie like that, and then for the market you kill the guy. I mean, you kill the work, you kill the team, you kill everybody's who are working on the project. So you should said, okay, let's be honest. If you don't want to put 5 stars, I can put 3 stars. You don't need to put 5 stars. If he said, okay, that's deserve 3 stars. But sometimes people are so rude. Said, oh, this guy is bullshit. This guy is okay. It's your point of view because you compare to Jason Statham. One point I can tell you: if you give me the budget of Jason Statham, you will see
Yeah.
the big gap.
You'll
You
see.
know, it's not to be to bragging or show off, because
No,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no. I understand.
it's called experience. And
Yes.
when you do movies after movies, it's called experience. It's called And my mentor David Worth teach me a lot of tips. And he said he's very proud of me because he know the behind the scene. And when you know the behind the scene, the hard work, I put on my work every single day, people will change their mind about me. They will say, "Oh yeah, we should don't be rude like that," because you can't destroy somebody uh, with no reason. If you are intelligent and smart, you said, okay, let's see this on the point of independent film and not on big studio movie, like you said.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because people it's like I rate the movie on the type of movie that it is. So that's what, like, when I watch independent action movies, I know what I'm going into. Like, I know I'm going into a movie that like, again. This goes back to talking to Scott Adkins though, because he brought up some really good points. I'm like he was talking about, I would love to have like 3 weeks to shoot an action scene. He's like, but I have like 1 day, 2 days, if that. And that really limits you in what you can do. But I respect you guys, and I'm impressed with what you guys are able to pull off with. Yeah, we got a day to do this. Okay. And that's what people don't understand. It's like you
Yeah,
literally have to get, like, fight scenes aren't easy to make, people are, especially fight scenes, like martial arts fight scenes,
Yeah.
because the choreography is there and everything's got to work and everything's got to sync and everything's got to gel. It's like, and
Yeah.
when you only have like a day, that, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, like if Disney's making a movie, like they'll be like, all right, how, yeah, oh, you need 3 weeks to make this scene. Oh, okay, go ahead, make the best scene you got. It's like, it
But
just
you
doesn't
know
happen in
what you have to
independent.
say. What you have to say about yourself.
Yes.
You know, to tell yourself. You said, I did it.
Yes, you're doing what you love, and you're
Yeah.
yeah, and you know that it's like I'm doing what I can with what I have, and
Like you with your
that's
podcast, you know, you
yeah,
do something.
yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I know I watch all their podcasts and I see all the fancy graphics and this and that. I'm starting to get fancier now, but I'm like, look, if that's what makes you want to watch a podcast, God love you. It should be this part that makes you want to watch the
But you
podcast.
know, since the beginning, I remember when you give us opportunity for every independent filmmaker. So that's great, you know, and so that's good because you improve like us, you know, you improve all the time, and that's good, and that's great to have support from people, you know.
Yeah.
It's very important because without people, you know, you know, it's not we do something for us, of course, but also for give to the audience, you know. We try to to grab the passion, you know, the guy who love the same stuff like we love, you know. So that's it, you know.
That is well said, sir. Yeah, and like I said, it just goes to that. It's like because you could, you know, like these lower budgeted movies. I don't want to say lower budget. I say independent. Sorry,
But you
because
know,
that when you say lower budgeted, it kind of puts a black mark on a film. It's like,
no, but
but it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
when I
But
was on a French nationwide television in February,
okay,
you know what they said about B movies, and so people don't understand the meaning of that.
they don't.
So what I said, right now, independent film, it's like B movies back in the day, you know. B
Yeah,
movies,
I hate that term B movie. That's
yeah,
such a dumb.
I mean,
It's
yes,
like guilty pleasure. You should never feel guilty about liking a movie. It's like
no,
that's what I would
no,
say.
but you know, I mean, no offended, you know. Yeah,
No,
don't
I
get
know.
offended because you know when we were young and we go to the video store, you know, we rent VHS and stuff.
God, do
Those
I miss
movies
those
who are
days? Yep.
straight to video,
Yeah.
those movies, we love those movies. We
Mhm.
love those movies. We grew up with straight to video movies
Mhm.
because back in the days, I remember when we start to see a Sylvester Stallone movie, and you know, or okay, Schwarzenegger and Stallone was on big stage, but we grew up with a lot of a small
Yeah.
independent horror movie.
God,
Friday
yes,
the
we did.
13th. You know, when you see all those horror movie, or like American Ninja movie from
Michael Dudikoff. Yep.
yes, those movies are not a big budget back in the day, but they made it.
Although a good thing was back in the day, those were getting theatrical releases, like American Ninja. I saw that in the theater. I saw
Yeah,
American Ninja too. Nowadays they don't, and I'm hoping with the success of like Statham's The Beekeeper and stuff, like we'll start to get back into where more action movies get a theatrical release.
you know what? Why? You know why? And you will agree with me.
I will.
Cost to the digital world.
It changed the landscape. There's no denying
They
that.
kill
Yep.
everything.
It does.
Example.
It does. Yeah.
When I remember on interview online or whatever, I forget where I see it from Scott. Scott says, "Oh, you." When he talk about Undisputed, he said, "Guys, you think we made a lot of money with Undisputed? No,
No.
because people still online the movie. You know, it's like example." It's happened to everybody's, even for me. They steal the movie, and you know it's difficult for the distributor to make money and for the producer to make money back. Can you imagine if internet was not big like that?
Mhm.
So because streaming platform, you know, that's why I really love Tom Cruise also about that. Tom Cruise is a main guy who said, my movie is on big stage.
Yes.
He don't want to be on a. He know Top Gun. Top Gun will be on platform after, but he will stay on at the first place on big theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. And when you see Amazon Prime, like Roadhouse is straight to Amazon Prime. It
It's
should
funny you
be.
mentioned that. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a review for that later on. And boy, it's funny because like, no, not a spoiler, but I did not like the movie. And like, people are coming at me. Normally, I like a remake, and people come at me for liking the remake. Now, I don't like the remake, and people are coming at me for not liking the
No,
remake.
but it's
I'm like,
your
I
right.
can't win.
To be honest, most of the time you have to be clear with yourself.
Yeah,
Remake
well,
is a remake. Remake is a remake. Can you imagine? It's like example, you Kickboxer reboot with
I like
Alan
those. I
Delabie.
like those. I see those are I like, and I got shit for liking those. They're like, how
Yeah,
can you
but
shit on Van Damme? I'm like, I'm not shitting on
I,
Van Damme.
to
I
be
just like what
honest,
they're doing.
I really like the fight scene of this.
Yes.
But I don't like no music, no
Yes.
emotional stuff.
Well, there's good and bad to both of them. I mean, you
Yeah,
can pick a point to put good and bad.
but also it's all about some movie can like if they it's like Bruce Willis did Dead Wish,
Yes,
Bruce
I
Willis.
liked Bruce Willis's Death
Yes,
Wish. It was
Bruce
one of
Willis
the
Dead
last
Wish
movies
was
we
good.
got from him where before he really started, to have
Yeah,
his problems. God bless him. But yeah, I
yeah,
liked
God
Death
bless
Wish.
him.
I
Of
liked
course,
it.
and I wish I can meet him, but
Yeah, I know.
at this point, we still have a great movies, but
Oh
it's all
yes.
a different point of view. All people can love. It's all about what I think right now. It's all about the good script. If you have a good script, a good
Yes.
character, that's make the big difference. You can have the fancy VFX, you can have fancy everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean your movie will be great. But people who are not, very passionate on movie, they said, "Oh, I love this movie because you see the explosion, you see this and this." Yeah, but when they looked independent film, they said, "Oh, the VFX look cheaper,"
Yeah.
you know.
But so going back to so because Roadhouse is a big topic now because with that coming
Yeah,
out, and I
yeah,
wanted to like it. I because when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, this looks good. But then I watched it yesterday, and I'm listen, I'm a fan of the original. I saw it in the theaters when it came out. Swayze was the man.
yeah. Crazy, yes.
Gyllenhaal does a great job, but the movie didn't have the heart. It didn't have the memorable characters, and it didn't have fighting. I'm sorry, but aside from the finale, like there's like maybe one or two like little itty bitty fights. I'm like, I want to watch Roadhouse for fighting. I'm sorry, but
I
yeah,
don't
so
know, but
it's
I
like,
don't have see yet. I will
I know.
watch.
I don't want to
But
sway your opinion, sir. I'm
no,
just
no,
letting you
no,
know.
no. I don't have see. I don't have see yet, but I have the feeling. I have the feeling of the finally because Conor McGregor don't want to lose like that. So
He was
I think
annoying, and his character was like I interviewed Marshall T, who was Jimmy Reno in the original one. Great guy, and Jimmy Reno, I love that character. He was badass. He was like in the background, like a lion in wait for the rest of the movie. Conor McGregor, he's just no offense to Conor McGregor, but he's
yeah,
like a cartoon, and it's just like, and he's not scary. He's just annoying, and then he has a good fight at the end, but it's just like he's just
yeah. But the thing is also switch for the Crow, the Crow movie, the remake. When I saw the trailer of the Crow, I don't know, but the movie will not have the same art like Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee die on this movie,
Yes, and that's another hot topic too. Yeah, with the Crow coming. Yeah, that's gonna be another one. And then I saw the trailer, and I liked it. I was like, okay, but too many people are stuck with Brandon Lee, and which is fine. But yeah, but like just going back to like Roadhouse, like it's like when I do a review for I want to I want to give a positive review to every movie I watch. I do not want to review a movie and say bad things about it because I know what went into making it. I know people like bled, they sweat, they cried making this movie. It's like I
yeah.
don't want to say bad things about it, but let me just say, if I do, I back myself up. Here's why I don't like it, or here's why I do like it. But because when I started my website, I wasn't putting out bad reviews, and they're like, "Hey, John, all your reviews are positive." I'm like, "That's because I only want to talk about positive movies." But then I started. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to
it's
start
always
putting out
good to
some ones
stay
out there that are
positive.
bad. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, like I said, people have the right to don't like, but
Yes, that's true. But I do it
at
respectfully. I do
this
it
point,
respectfully. I just don't I'll post something on Facebook or something, and a guy would just post garbage, and I'm like, okay, why? You just can't put garbage. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, I tell you why. It's like, I respectfully say, like with Roadhouse, when I do my review later, I'm gonna listen. I didn't hate the movie. It's just like it's not. Here's the biggest thing about the new Roadhouse, and we'll go back to what we were
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
It's not going to be remembered like the original was.
Yeah, I have
That's
this
the
feeling.
problem. That's
Yeah,
and anybody can come at me and argue that point with me. No, it's not going to be. It's not as memorable as the original. That's
yeah,
all
I
I'll
have
say
this
about that.
feeling. I have definitely this feeling. Yes, yes, of course.
Gyllenhaal's great in it. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a phenomenal actor, and
Yeah,
he's becoming one of our future action stars. I was talking about him and Ryan Gosling. You
yeah,
know, because we were talking about who's going to take
yeah.
over
But
action. Yeah.
I
So
have
yeah.
something to say about it.
Oh, go ahead.
So,
I inspired you. I'm
uh,
glad.
you know, Hollywood is like that, and
Yes.
that's why when I said uh, when I explained something about the the ancient world,
Y-
on martial art.
Yeah.
I mean, people wants to be like like Jean-Claude Van Damme or whatever. But I
Going
can
back to JCVD. Very good. JCVD. Yep.
but I tell you, Hollywood right now can make everybody's an action star.
This is true. They
Yeah,
could. They can.
yeah.
Yep.
Look,
If all the things
on
fall into place.
second.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they have to have a little training, learn some movement, some because now the action design can be made very strong.
If the person on screen knows what they're doing, the problem is when they don't, they have to use stunt people. That's when the editing
And
and the
also,
close-ups, and that's when it ruins the fight. But when you have two guys
why?
or girls, or a guy and a girl, whatever the case may be,
Because
who know what they're
what is
doing,
a
you
big
don't have to
problem?
hide it. You don't have to hide it, and that's when you get better fight scenes.
You know what
Like
is a
with
big
you,
problem?
you don't have to
It's
hide you because you're
no,
doing it, and the guys
yeah,
you're fighting are doing it. So
but
you don't have to fake, or you don't have to show the back from behind shot where you know it's not the same person. It's like I hate that. It's like I know that.
but you know what is a big problem? It's ego. And
Yes,
because
it is.
people, sometimes say, "Oh yeah, I'm good martial artist. I can do this. I can do that."
Right.
Yeah, definitely, you're right. But on screen, you don't look like the star. That
Yes.
you have to got this charisma. You have to have something special. You have to. It's like um, example. Of course, Tom Cruise cannot do the same like Scott Atkins. Of course, we know that.
No, of course
But
not. But he could do other things.
he got something on screen
Yeah,
special, and Hollywood will pick up somebody who can act first.
exactly. And listen, Gyllenhaal, like he trained his ass off, and he looks phenomenal in the movie. And his moves look. He's not an MMA fighter in real life, but
Example,
he trained his
uh,
ass, and they didn't have to
what
hide.
else?
Like, listen, with the crazy stunts, you have to use a stunt man. I get it,
Yeah,
but they were able to. And I love the fight at the end.
yeah,
I did like the fight at the end,
mhm,
but it was good that they didn't have to
yeah. No,
hide it. They didn't
I
have to
can
hide it.
imagine.
Yeah.
But like I said for this, when I talk to other people about why nowadays is like that, because with they have to be careful because with intelligent artificial, they can also say, okay, let's remove the face, and you put the stunt, they dress like him, and
Yeah.
you put the face, and that's it.
Yeah.
So what I'm very focused. Of course, I stay in shape. I stay because I want to do my own things. Okay, but it's not the shame. It's not a shame if you use a stunt double. It's not a problem, because sometimes it's like
Tyler says, "Oh no, the Roadhouse trailer looks so good." I'm like, "I'm sorry to burst your bubble." I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay, continue.
But like I said, it's like example when you see the sequel of Kickboxer.
Yes, yes.
Kickboxer. Sasha Mitchell was good looking guy. Okay.
I like the sequel. I
Yeah.
thought it was actually better in some ways than the
But
original.
you can tell, you can see he's nice, but not strong and powerful like Jean-Claude on screen. You see
Yes,
that?
yes,
But the emotion was there, because you can see the good sequel. It's a very good sequel, because that's follow the story, and you see Xian Show inside, some ingredient from and that's good. But to be honest with you, that's what I explained. Some guys, and that's why it's better to act very good, because
yeah.
if you act, if you don't kick, like example, you don't do a kick like this,
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
they don't care, because they want, like, the attitude. They want something like you can act, you have something to give to the audience, like Jason Statham got he have something special when he looked, when he's act, you can tell he's a badass, he's a badass. So that's why we love him, like, and he's capable to do a fight sequence. Of course, he's not the world champion of nothing, but it's like, Sylvester Stallone is great on Rocky, like he's great on Rocky, but he's not a professional boxer, but he's
Correct.
great on Rocky, and so, but on, like I said, the screen fighting, okay, it's difficult. People think it's easy. No, I can tell you it's not easy. It's not easy. Even for myself, I can tell you it's not easy. but we try our best. We try to improve. We try to make it better and better. And of course, guys like Scott Adkins came from another world. I mean, when I say another world, I said they are very focused on action more than acting.
Yep. Yeah, well, this is good. Like I didn't even plan to talk about all this stuff, but see what happens when you get to talking. You got two passionate guys talk about action movies. This is what happens. But going back to Tyler, I'm sorry, you might like it. I don't know. You might watch it and you might think I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I will keep you
It's like,
posted on it. I will keep you posted on it. I will
but
keep you posted.
yeah,
But I will tell you, I will put a quote on it.
there you go. Yeah,
For
tell me
you,
what
and I
you
will
thought
say
of it. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah, but at this point, it's sometimes, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's like when you see Liam Neeson movie on action, you want Liam Neeson strong like Taken, and sometimes, oh no, it's not like Taken. I'm disappointed, But
Well,
it's like,
Taken was great because like nobody expected Liam Neeson to become an action star, and
for
he
me, when
he
you said
killed it.
about John Wick,
Yeah.
for me, to be honest, I didn't like the part 4. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I
you did
didn't.
it?
No, no, I didn't. No.
Okay.
The action sequence was outstanding, no doubt on it. But I think, for me, the emotion, the something they lack, like, for me, the best John Wick emotion was 1 and 2.
One definitely, because that's the one where it happened, so that, and plus it was something we hadn't seen before. And two, yeah, I can understand people's point of views on like 3 and 4, like, because after that, like, it was just like 15-minute long action sequences, and which I loved, and I love the movies, but yes, I can see the fault in them. I'm not gonna lie. It's like,
No,
yes, they're not perfect, but I just enjoy. And plus, the fourth one, watching Donnie Yen and the stairway fight
no,
at the
Donnie
end,
Yen is great.
it was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's a great action
Donnie Yen is
sequence.
great. Donnie
But
Yen is
yeah, I
great.
can see where you're just like, yeah, we understand. John Wick lost his dog. It's like it's like
Yeah, and then, and also you have something was very different. But anyway, it was nice to see. I see on the big screen, and
Mhm.
I spent a great time. But I was like said, oh, I prefer the part 3,
Yes. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. See that? There you go. So
That's why when I saw when I start to do Shaper Code, I don't have John Wick on my mind because
no, no.
it was way different style of movie, and so it's like borrowed time, but like you said, independent film, when people watch it, they expect sometimes something like I don't know, huge, and it's not something you can expect like big studio movies, but what you can love on those movie, it's the heart and also the dedication of
Mhm.
the artist.
Wow, Alan, I gotta tell you, you are a phenomenal man. This is this is a great interview. Like I said, the interviews are great when you're just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like we just like I started asking questions, and then it's like we just start conversing. We just start having a conversation. So that's how you know that.
No,
Like
because it's passion, and when we love what we do, it's all about passion. And I do this. People always are obsessed by celebrities or to be famous. I don't do this for to it's
to get noticed when
I
you're
am
at a
not
restaurant.
into.
You don't do it so you get noticed by people.
No,
Are you
I
sure?
said no. I said uh, it's not. People are upset by the famous things and stuff. No, what I'm obsessed the most is to work and do stuff. That's the thing. And you don't know what can happen. And of course, everybody can have a dream. But like Carl Weather says, dream to be an actor.
Yeah, there you go. Bringing up my man. That's right. There
Yeah,
you go.
dream to be an actor, because if you became a movie star, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great, But you know, movie star, you when you start something and you show to the audience something, it's already you have already won something. And when you got a response by film festival, I mean, good, because if you won a couple of awards with the same movie, that's mean the judge see something, because they watch a lot of movie, a lot, and they can say this movie is special, and that's why Borrow Time got a lot of award also.
Mhm.
Shepherd got awards too, but like I said, it's all about what you put on the table, and I can imagine people, you will still have people who love and people who hate.
But it's like it's this my thing is this when I don't see it that I hate, I don't like it because like I said I'm respectful. It's like when people aren't respectful even with their opinions, that's when I get upset. It's like it's like when people come at me and like tell me stuff, I'm like, well then you go out there and try to do it. Oh,
Yeah.
you're not. Oh, okay. Or like because I've even had people come at me and say that like they hate my website and like compared to the others and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well
It's
you
happened
try.
to you, of
Yeah,
course.
it's like, "Well, you try to do it. Yeah, you get out
But,
there, buddy."
but
And everybody that argues with me, I'm like, "Come on my show." I always tell them, like, "Come on my show, and I would talk to you, and I would debate you, and I will win because I have my but nobody ever accepts my invitation. Imagine that.
but
It's like,
when people, it's always competition. People,
I'm
and
not in competition with
no,
it.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no, but
just doing it because I love it. Yeah.
because people sometimes you never know who is
Yeah, I know.
behind,
Yeah.
because sometimes you can be surprised. Some haters can, it's all about. I remember with a guy, yeah, somebody who interviewed me for I forget the name of the stuff, but anyway, and the guy said he was working with somebody who said something bad on me, but he never meet me. He never meet me in person. In said, and he said, "Oh, Alan, do direct to video. I will do big screen." He
Of
said that.
course. Yeah.
And you know what? His movie was never released nowhere. You know.
Ah, there you go. Look at
So
that. See,
I
justice
mean,
is
it's
served.
I am happy. I said my shit is released, so I said I am happy. I got distribution. So your big screen, where is your big screen? So I want to see your big screen. So But most people, they live on their dream world, their mind, and they should be more focused on their shit and said, okay,
Yes.
and said,
No, great. That was a great way to put it.
Why they have to put you down because you try something? You cannot blame it. I prefer to criticize somebody who do nothing because somebody could do something. Because somebody could do something, you said, I thumbs up, because you do something and you try your best. But somebody who sit there and eat some sugar and say, this piece of crap, blah, 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 blah. That's nothing, it's stupid. And you have the right sometimes to don't like something, but be smart, because you don't know, but you can hurt so bad someone, you know.
Well, it all goes back to the internet, because once the internet happened, like, everybody can hide behind their computers. You don't have to give your real name or your picture, and you can sit there and bash on people in the basement of mom and dad's house, and like, and like, so
but
that's what the internet. That's one of the unfortunate things the internet has done.
That's the world of internet.
Back in the day, you'd actually face the person and be like, "Hey," but now it's it's.
Trust me, it's like I remember also. I have a good people who said, "Oh, I want a sequel of the Last Nosferatu." A lot of people ask me about that. I say, "Yes, of course, I want to do a sequel. I really want." But some guy said, "Oh, it's a bullshit movie and stuff." Okay,
don't sugarcoat it. Yeah,
but it's okay. But they always want to put. And I remember I read I read a comment. I was this was funny when a guy said he said something bad about the movie, and another guy defended my movie, and he said, "You don't know how it's hard to do a movie." And I said, "You should understand people could try their bust their ass to make it happen. And are you a filmmaker? If yes, you should be more respectful. If not, so you have to close your mouth."
That's the polite way of saying shut up. Like, thank you very much. It's like, so wow. Okay. So if people want to find out about you, Alan, and your career and everything, where can they find you on social media?
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, because I have also my own YouTube channel.
Yes. Cool.
So on my YouTube channel, they can watch demo reel, trailer, teaser, interview, so lot of stuff. So they can people who don't know me yet, so they can be inside. Go to my YouTube and support me and looking at my work, and hopefully they will love it.
Or they could just like it. Just like it is okay too. It's like you could just
it's like I said, the support is very important. And you know what is more tough for an artist?
Tell me.
It's not. Sometimes you expect to be supported by your close friend.
Okay.
They said, "Oh, I buy your DVDs. I buy this," and they never buy nothing. No, you receive more support for stranger.
Yeah. It's true. I agree 100%. Like, it's like, like friends and family, like, they say, "Oh, you still have your website?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you can click on
but
it."
At this point, you never know the future, so that's why people.
That's true. I know. Yeah.
So, and it can be the reverse situation, because today you see independent film, and tomorrow big movies like big block. You don't know the future of. Sometimes the way you take for yourself can be very different. I mean, sometimes you expect that, oh, it's going to be an action, or it can be drama. You see the guy, he's won an award, an Academy Award for playing an homeless guy on a movie, or just a father who try to save his family. So you don't know what type of character you can be involved and won an award. and you know, people are obsessed sometimes, said, oh, I want to be the next big things on martial art. But
Yeah.
you know, to be honest, we love martial art, of course, but it's not enough to show this flexibility. It's not enough to show a jump kick. It's not enough. What we want to see, it's like a personality.
You got a
Yeah,
fan.
I
Look at
love.
that.
I really love you, man, and I hope to meet you somewhere. I know you're from US, and so if I go, I don't know where you based. If you were close to California, but if I'm go to do like this event in Los Angeles called what's it called Dragon Fest. If I
Dragon
do
Fest.
Dragon Fest, in Los Angeles, you should go to my booth, and I will dedicate all of your DVDs
Well,
with a lot of pleasure.
that's what I got to do. I got to move out to California because like I moved to Florida, but that's not even good enough. It's like I got to go to California if I can, so I can like
No,
hook up with
California
everybody and meet everybody.
yeah, but it's very expensive. It's
Yeah, I
very
know.
expensive.
I hear you. I actually have been looking at apartments in Los Angeles. I actually found some that were in my budget. So I was like, huh.
Yeah, so that's good.
My motor's turning. I'm like, I'm
But you
single
know,
now. It's like
it's
the only thing is I have my daughters. I mean, that's the only problem. That
yeah,
we
yeah,
find
yeah.
reason to do it,
If she
so.
was 17, almost.
Well, she's going to be 17 this year, but my other one, I have a 12 and an 8-year-old too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I can imagine, and it cost a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, yeah, money. Yeah, what's that? Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
Okay.
You
No,
know,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
it's like when people also when they do movie, they want to be rich, they want to be famous. But you know, first before to think about that, create, and then we don't look at. Everybody expect something, but they have to be patient.
Gotcha. All right, so Borrowed Time trilogy, that is of course on DVD, and are they're on streaming too, are they not, Alan?
Yeah. To streaming DVDs, it got released in China.
Promote away, sir. Yes, show us. Oh, yes, there you go.
This is the Borrowed Time, so available. They can on Amazon. They can buy it.
Yes.
The Borrowed Time one also. And this is that's the Chinese version. You know, that's
okay.
Chinese version, and
very nice.
And this one is also the Last Nosferatu. They can find it, so they can still find it. This one too, and of course a Blu-ray of one of those, and but this one also, that's the Chinese version of Borrowed Time 3. So yeah, so I got I was very, very blessed. You know, for me, it's a reward. You know, it's a good reward to have my stuff on physical, because it's the dreams come true when you see your stuff on physical. Because streaming,
Yes.
you cannot touch it.
Oh, and they're all on Tubi. Yes, I the Shepherd Code. Because I email or I messaged you because I don't know why it didn't come up when I searched it on my Roku, and you're like, it's on Tubi.
I think
it is. I don't know why it didn't come up though. I don't know if I spelled it right.
I think they take a little time and stuff. But internet can be fast, but sometimes slow on different way.
This is true.
Don't know.
But I found it, and that's the most important.
Yeah,
part.
to be. We have. I have a lot of. I'm very happy because Borrowed Time was dubbed on Italian, Portuguese, Indian, English. You know, and and Spanish also. And I got good review on. Because I have another guy who could do review movies on it's action cinema in Spain also, and he really love Borrowed Time also, and so that's good because you know when we do something and people loved, it's a great reward for us.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah, I got to tell you, Alan, we have Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yep, there he is in all his glory.
Yes.
From Kickboxer. We got Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
And we got Jason Statham. But we also have Alan Delabie. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
If you love, listen, and I'm talking serious, people, you know I don't bullshit and I keep it real and I shoot from the hip. if you're a fan of independent action cinema, as I am, or if you're a lover, I will say that, a lover of action independent cinema, Borrowed Time trilogy, and now the Shepherd Code, the Last Nosferatu. If you want to see some horror and see Alan do some horror, that's another good thing. But I can't thank you enough. This has been, like I said, the best interviews are when you just start having conversations with the person and you're just bullshitting at the end, because then you know that it's like, hey, this is working. And I want to thank you for your support. And before we go, is there anything? I know we talked offline, and there were some things you can't. But is there anything you could tell us about any future stuff? Anything at all? Anything at all?
Yeah. So, so Bloodslinger will be out also.
Bloodslinger, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to go research that when I hang up. But what genre is it? What genre is it?
So it's some touch of, it's a little bit horror, a little bit western, a little bit action. Because I did a little action. I do a
I like how you say that. You're like, I do a little. Hey, you could throw one kick and I'll be happy. You know, that's all good.
No, some. I punch the guy and I do the kick and stuff. No. It was very fun to do, and I don't want to spoil the stuff, but you will see. You will see. And then
so Bloodslinger. So hang on, Bloodslinger. That's going to be coming out. So I assume I will be posting it as sometime when I hear about it. And then what else you got, Alan?
It's going to be released very quick, but because they got the artwork. I will show you the artwork for this on Privat. The artwork look crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. And also I will be on this Christmas movie. It's the name.
Yeah, listen, because I found it interesting because you said Christmas. I'm like, oh, a Christmas movie. Yeah, so talk about that. That's kind of neat. At least you won't get beat up in it. You'll just
no. So it's cool. So I enjoyed to learn my line and stuff. I'm ready for filming, and Thank you, Tyler, for everything.
It's like Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yes, Alan Delabie, Christmas movie
star. So I will be on a Christmas movie. Yes, it's a is the name of this movie is Three Wishes for Christmas.
3 Wishes for Christmas. Oh,
yeah, so it's on IMDb, but they will credit me very.
I'm sure my daughters will love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be very cool. I have another one, but I cannot spoil for now until I sign the contract. But I will reveal that.
That's fine.
It's gonna be something very cool, very intense character. It's a sci-fi, but I cannot reveal nothing until it's officially on stage. You know, and I have finished the script of the Shepherd Code 2 and.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
And also, I launched my brand of suit, called Frenchman. So I have, so I will launch a website soon this summer.
Okay.
So I have a suit based on Shepherd Code.
So you're not just an action star, my friend. You're an entrepreneur. Look at you with everything going on right now. You're just like you're killing it. You're killing it.
No, I try my best. I try my best to do, because I know, it's I'm artistic guy. I love I love that, and probably don't know.
I don't. Educate me.
I do music. I do electronic. And I did the opening credit music of Shepherd Code.
Okay, all right.
And the end credit of Shepherd Code also.
Well, there you go. Cool. Look at that. You're just you're like a, I don't want to say triple threat, because you got all kinds of threads.
So I do a little bit synthwave.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, Mr. Delabie, I know you're a very busy man. You're going to be shooting off to shoot another movie next week, so I will let you go. I can't thank you enough for the wonderful interview and all the background, behind the scenes details on these movies and your thought processes on action movies and action stars and people that don't like us. So it's like, there you go.
It's okay, but
there you go. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So we cannot please everyone, but it's fine. But sci-fi, yes, Space Wars.
He's talking, Space Wars. That's the movie with Olivier Gruner that we were talking about. Yes, it is a good movie, is it? Yeah, check that one out.
I really love Olivier Gruner also. Angel Town,
Oh
was
god, yeah.
one of my
I
favorite.
geeked out. Like when I was, we were interviewing him, and I've watched him since the early '90s, and I'm like, I just geeked out. I was just like, I love you. I'm like, you're a great guy. He's
No,
it's the thing. Like I always heard, never meet your heroes because you'll always be disappointed. I
yeah,
can't say that because everybody that I've talked to and met, whether it's been like people that people might not have necessarily known about, or people that are huge stars. I like Dolph Lundgren. He's probably the hugest person that I've interviewed since I've had to, but everybody's been great and everybody's been humble and so I can't I mean I don't want to jinx it and then like my next interview sucks, but it's like everybody that I talk to, they're just
I have
they're
a good
just happy to be
memory.
talking about their projects and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I have good memory with some of those. Like Matthias is phenomenal. Eric Roberts was phenomenal. Don the Dragon, outstanding.
Listen, let me tell you a story about Don the Dragon Wilson. So like 5-6 years ago, I went to my first New York Comic Con. Don Wilson, I had interviewed him before that for a movie that he did, but it was a phone video our interview where I wrote it out. But I'm like, he was going to be at New York Comic Con because he was supporting some comic book at the
Mm.
time that he was involved in. I went in and he was at the booth. That man, I tell you what, I shit you not, he talked to me for the longest time. He was just, I'm just here like I'm talking to Don the Dragon. I mean, I had already talked to him on the phone, but here we are in person, and he just took my ex-wife, my wife at the time. She was
Yeah.
just laughing because like she saw how excited I was, and he just talked to me, and he just such a nice guy, and
No,
such a
he is.
yeah,
He
such a
is. I recognize him the way you said that. And that is, what I love the most with him is a very passionate guy. And that,
yes.
he's a very passionate guy, and that it's good to be around him. It's good to be around him. Positive. He's a very positive guy, and that's why he is like for me. For me, is I have no word. Is
I get
it's
it. I get
I,
it.
I love this. I love him. I love him. I love
That's
him a
great.
lot. I
Yeah,
love him
he's
a lot.
awesome. He's awesome.
I love him a lot. He's awesome. It's like I met Olivier Gruner also. I was trained also. I know also very well Billy Blanks.
You're both from France. You guys got that in common. You're both
Yeah,
Frenchmen.
he's from France. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like I said.
Did you love it
Sometimes.
that you were able to talk French to like talk in your native language?
Oh
Did you talk?
yeah, of course, a little bit. I remember we did, we did,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
did. But it was, I have good experience with those guys, on set, and everybody was cool.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So this is Alan Delabie. He's a threat in the independent action cinema world, and also Christmas movies, as we've come down to this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to follow Alan on all of his social media sites to figure out what he's up to next. Check out my website at ACTION-FLIX.com, and most importantly, don't forget about the Shepherd Code is on Tubi now, as well as we just found out that all your movies are on. So there you go. It's like, how can you not get excited? You could just go on Tubi and just watch all of Alan's greatest hits. So I wanted to thank you for your time. I'll let you go. I know you're busy preparing and everything. So any last words to say to everybody before you take off there, sir?
Stay
Parting
healthy.
words.
Stay healthy. Stay in love, and it's better to love and stop hating the hater. And love, 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 powerful.
All right. Well, Alan, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm sure we will talk again. So have a wonderful afternoon, a great weekend, and good luck with your new movie come next
Thank
week.
you so much.
All right. Have a good one, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. There was my interview with Alan Delabie. And I can't say what, super nice guy. Super, super great guy. I got a couple things real quick I want to talk about before I hang up here. So we got my review of Roadhouse. I already kind of gave my review of Roadhouse just a little bit, but I have a lot more to say about it. I really wanted to like it. I really did. But at the same time, I did not. There you go. And then I also have the first episode of Son of the Ring coming out this weekend. And we're going to talk about the new Roadhouse as opposed to the old Roadhouse, or already know how that's going. So make sure you check social media for the dates and times of those. The Roadhouse review will be today, later on. So I'll give the time later on. So until then, everybody, make sure you be kind to one another. treat others as you would want to be treated. And like, this is my therapy, just watching action movies and talking action movies and doing my website. So I want to thank everybody. So have a wonderful, awesome day, everybody. And we will talk to you later. Goodbye. I have nothing else to say. I'm going to go. Bye-bye.